So really, to nobody's surprise, Dave Chappelle's new comedy routine, Sticks and Stones, is getting blasted. I think people have forgotten that this happened before, I believe, with his last stand-up, which honestly probably tells you that it's pretty hilarious. I'm going to watch it today, actually. I didn't even know it was coming out because I haven't been paying attention to Netflix. I find Netflix rather boring lately. I think most people do. That's why their sales are down and they're losing people on the regular. It's really funny what's going on today. Like a lot of people, they want to regulate comedy. We're to have this woke comedy. It's funny that Netflix even has this on there. I'm surprised because Netflix has been woke flicks for a while. They had a bunch of lady comedians on there, and I'm not saying that they can't be funny, but for the most part, it's very milquetoast comedy, safe, typical, Dem comedy. We'll say, men are stupid. What about those male parts? Those are dumb. Men are lazy. I'm not laughing at it's stupid. Dumb. Oh, the dog's walking around. The mic's on, so it's time to pace. But you can tell right here. So when these outlets go at comedy, it's probably funny comedy. You're gonna hear, you got a lot of these headlines here. I just searched Dave Chappelle to see what I could find, but a lot of them here. So Fox News has Dave Chappelle says he doesn't believe Michael Jackson. Accusers defends Louis C.K. in new Netflix special. Here's the thing that a lot of people that have been covering this haven't talked about. It's not one side that's demonizing this Netflix special. It's both sides. When you have Fox even saying, Michael Jackson and Louis C.K. Like, Louis C.K. did some really weird things, particularly wanting women to watch him ding-a-ling-o himself in the corner. Kind of a strange thing to be into, but that's fine. We're all a little strange, I think. Everyone has their things that they like, but that goes against a more conservative narrative, I would say, especially the Michael Jackson stuff. But you don't have to go far to see that the other side is just as mad too. When you see Vice, you can definitely skip Dave Chappelle's new Netflix special, Sticks and Stones. So it's not just one side here that is getting mad about this. Everybody, which means it's probably really funny. Like I said, I'm gonna watch it tonight. But I find this really stupid when people go after comedy, because comedy should be offensive. That's a point a lot of people have made, and they're absolutely right. It's supposed to be offensive. You can't regulate comedy. It defeats the purpose. Why can't we laugh at things? Look at this one. Dave Chappelle slams Michael Jackson accusers, cancels culture in Netflix special. They're all hot takes here. Like this one right here, talking about how dare he go after the bereavement movement. Some people like it, like the Federalist here says it may hurt you, but they're hilarious. So, some people are going to like it. More of I think the middle ground. I don't know about that website. I've never been there, but most, I would think, sensible people are probably going to be okay. I talked about this in another video that didn't get as many views, but how Twitter, there was some Pew research showing that Twitter was pretty much made up 80% of all of the content on Twitter comes from 10% of the users, and how they're exactly what you think they are. They're the kind of people you think it would be. And those people also influence just about all of these media outlets that are, making these articles on it. But the stupidest one, and a couple people have talked about this, is Vice's take. You can definitely skip Dave Chappelle's new Netflix special, Sticks and Stones. Because, well, he wants to be funny. Comedian doubles down on misogyny and ismphobes in both the special and the hidden bonus scene that follows. What happened to Vice, man? What happened to Vice? I remember the first time I came across Vice was on HBO, and they were like in some war zone, and there was like, blasts going off all over the place. It was some nitty-gritty stuff. It was really, really edgy, cool, and it was just, something new. I was blown away by it. And now you have Vice talking about what kind of jokes people should be telling. It's really sad, and it's a testament to, how far they've fallen and what their narrative is now. They're part of cancel culture. It's sad. I miss that old Vice, man. I don't know if we'll ever get another show like that. I keep hoping Tim Pool will take up the reins and go back to doing stuff like that. But he's got it pretty good what he's doing right now. I don't blame him. But man, I miss that kind of journalism, and I don't think we're ever going to see that again. I don't think we're going to see real journalism for a long time. Like getting out on the road and doing stuff like that's expensive, So, I mean, I get it. There's a couple good channels that I've found that do that. There's one channel called Invisible People, I think. And this guy goes around and just interviews homeless people all over the country. Really good channel. Really easy to do. You just have to have the time and the money, I suppose, to be able to travel all over the country and do that. He actually has gone to different countries and interviewed people. It's a really interesting channel. I think he's got over 100,000 subs, so he's doing okay. But anyway, what are they doing here? So, of course, they're going after him for saying certain kinds of jokes, like how dare he talk about, the LGBT community. How dare he talk about these things? You can't be edgy anymore. You have to do this milquetoast kind of like PG-13 comedy now for everybody. Because it's like the new left is pretty much a bunch of Puritans. They're like neo-Puritans. In some way, so is the other side. I mean, you could see it right here. It's just not one group. I mean, there's Puritans over here too, and they're getting mad too. They're defending Louis C.K. He doesn't just believe people. I mean, you can say what you want about it. I've seen that Netflix, I think that Neverland thing was an HBO special. I've seen that too. There's no evidence, and there is some contradictory things to the people that were accusing him in that. I don't think you should ever just believe anybody. But of course, you don't want to do that. Now you're upsetting this side too. It's funny, It's like we're on this cancel comedy tour. Everybody wants to go back to being like some Victorian Puritan country, except one side wants religion and the other side doesn't. But they seem to both agree on Puritan values, whether they want to admit it or not. Both of them want to regulate things. Sorry, so I actually looked this article over, and it's not as bad as the Vice one. This is still kind of pushing, hey, this is like a bad take from Chappelle, but it's a little more balanced. Whereas like the Vice article is like, oh no, baby. You got to get rid of this kind of comedy. You got to get rid of it. This one mostly just talks about two things, which is gonna infuriate people that go to this website. And I mean, it's not. This should infuriate people, but what they do is they're piecing out quotes. I just don't believe these effers. I don't think they did it. But you know what? Even if they did do it, you know what I mean? I mean, it's Michael Jackson, Chappelle joked. What he's referring to there is MJ and, the accusation saying it was okay because it was a superstar that did it. Now, when you make it dry like that and just take the words and put it on paper like this without, the facial movements and the body language and the way he's delivering the jokes and the rest of the stuff that came before and after this looks really bad. So they're still painting him as a monster. Neither side is good. I wish we could just have a more of a neutral group of people that were louder and saying both of you people on either side of the argument are stupid. I wish we had more people like that, but they're just not there. Instead, we're just going to get everyone arguing on what kind of joke is safe to tell, what kind of stuff they want to see, whatever. It's just who can be the loudest, who can be the angriest, who can drive up the most people to go nuts about stuff. That's really what it is. It's fun to laugh at, but sometimes, you see stuff like this here, and then you go over to Vice and you see this, and you just wonder where we're all going to be in a couple of years. What is the culture going to look like? What is society going to look like? I mean, we can't even just get up there and tell jokes and then not have to worry about being burned down, So anyway, I'm going to go watch this in like an hour. It's probably going to be hilarious, and I think most people are going to find it hilarious. So we'll see. Anyway, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Oh, share the video. Share. See ya.